My name is Lydia and I run a website called trustedcoins.com. I'm a dealer of authentic, ancient, Greek, Roman, Biblical, Byzantine coins and artifacts. Every item you purchase from me comes complete with a certificate of authenticity, and unlike everybody else. This is a silver Roman coin of Augustus, by the way, guaranteed authentic. Lifetime guarantee of authenticity. My signature, I've identified over 28,000 authentic ancient items over the years, and people all around the world know me. The coin comes in a protective flip that preserves it for ages to come, with a brief description of the professional description that I have here before the full color picture, that many times cites a major reference or collection for further research. And on the reverse side, you have the historical context of the item you purchased. So if you give this as a gift to yourself or others, ooh, this is fantastic. So you know exactly what you're getting. I have over 6,000 items. Today, I'm going to be telling you the story of Jesus Christ on coins of the Byzantine Empire. You see, this is what Jesus, this is an enlargement, obviously a picture of a Christ, of a coin with Jesus Christ on it. Here you have the bust of Jesus Christ wearing a colobium. He has a halo around his head, and he's also holding the book of Gospels in his hands. And across the field, sometimes it's written Isus. Isus means Jesus in Greek. It's very interesting. There was a period in the Byzantine Empire where they issued what are called anonymous coins, where it didn't say the emperor's name specifically on it, but it had the portrait of Jesus on the front, and on the back it would have a text like Isus Christos Basile Basileus, pretty much being Jesus Christ, the King of Kings. Or it would be also a similar inscription with a cross on 3 steps. Or sometimes there would be Virgin Mary in the back holding her arms open. So there, you could just search Jesus Christ in my store and find examples of authentic ancient coins there from the Byzantine Empire. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Byzantine Empire and why it was significant. The Byzantine Empire, or Byzantium, was the Eastern Roman Empire during late antiquity and Middle Ages, centered in the capital of Constantinople. State church came to be known as the Eastern Orthodox Church or Eastern Christianity. That's where a lot of, let's say, even Russian people's faiths originated from. Constantine the Great founds a brand new capital called Constantinople, which means city of Constantine. The Roman Empire was finally divided in 395 AD into an eastern part and to a western part after the death of Theodosius I. The western part would be with Rome as the capital, and the eastern part would be as Constantinople as capital. The east was completely separated from the west. As the Western Roman Empire decayed and fragmented into numerous separate kingdoms, the Byzantine Empire continued to survive, existing for more than 1,000 years from its genesis in the 4th century until the fall of Constantinople in 1453. During most of its existence, it remained one of the most powerful economic, cultural, and military forces in Europe. Christianity was a prime hub in a trading network that at various times extended across nearly all of Eurasia and North Africa, in particular being the primarily western terminus of the famous Silk Road. From the 10th century until the end of the 12th, the Byzantine Empire projected an image of luxury, and the travelers were impressed by the wealth accumulated in the capital. The Fourth Crusade resulted in the disruption of the Byzantine manufacturing and commercial dominance of the Western Europeans in the Eastern Mediterranean. Events that mounted to an economic catastrophe for the empire. The state strictly controlled both the internal and international trade, and retained the monopoly of issuing coinage, maintaining a durable and flexible monetary system adaptable to trade needs. The government exercised formal control over interest rates and set the parameters for the activity of the guilds and corporations in which it had special interest. In the field of law, Justinian I's reforms had a clear effect on evolution of jurisprudence, and Leo III's ecloga influenced the formation of legal institutions in the Slavic world. In the 10th century, Leo VI the Wise achieved the complete codification of the whole Byzantine law in Greek, which became the foundation of all subsequent Byzantine law, generating interest to the present day. In 1204, from the Fourth Crusade, the empire was dissolved and divided into competing Byzantine, Greek, and Latin realms. Despite the eventual recovery of Constantinople and re-establishment of the empire in 1261 under the Paleologian emperors, Byzantium remained only one of the many rival states in the area for the final 2 centuries of its existence. However, this period was the most culturally productive time in the empire. Successive civil wars in the 14th century further sapped the empire's strength, and most of its remaining territories were lost in the Byzantium. Ottoman wars, which culminated in the fall of Constantinople and the conquest of the remaining territories by the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century. So to read more about ancient coins and take a look at authentic examples of ancient coins and artifacts, visit my website, trustedcoins.com. Thank you very much.